some soap today. It's been quite some time, a couple of months at least. I've added in some kaolin clay, so I'm going to blend that in. Now I'm testing out a new mold today, so I'm just going to make a small batch. It's also testing out new colors. I'm testing out, what else am I testing out? New fragrance. So I'm going to add in the lye solution. It's so fun working with these smaller containers. Tap out the air bubbles. Doesn't take near as long to get everything emulsified. You have just a small amount. Now I have my cocoa butter and it's very cold in my studio, so it's quite thick. I have thinned it out some with the batch oils. Now I've combined several of easy fragrances I've worked with before. So I'm going to add in most of it. I measured out just a little bit more than I needed, so I'm not going to put it all in. I'm going to need to give it a little bit of a stir. Splatter. I've mixed some lemon verbena and some blueberries together and another berry to come up with a lemon blueberry type scent. Ooh, look at that. There's just so many air bubbles. Alright, I just want to make sure that's incorporated for now, and then pull this stick blender out. The batter is really nice and fluid. So what I want to do is I want to add, let's see, I'm going to have kind of several colors, but I don't need too many cups, so I'm going to do this for a blue. It's going to be several blues, or at least a couple of blues. I want this to be yellow. That might be my lime green. Let me think that. Yeah, that's probably fine for the yellow. And then I'm going to have some lime green. Let's see, I don't want quite that much for the top pink part. So this is almost 1,000 ml and this is about 1,000 ml. So that's great. That'll be about even. All right. So I'm going to start with the blue. Now I'm starting with a lighter blue and then I will darken it up as I go. At least I'm hoping for a lighter blue anyway. That's what happens when you work with new micas. You don't really know what to expect from them, Right now this one is just kind of doing a green, so I'm going to add in a little bit of my darker blue that I had planned to help bring it together here. This is very similar to what I wanted, a little bit more teal still. So I'm just going to go ahead and put in the rest of this blue. That's really pretty. I think that'll work for what I'm wanting to do. Okay, let's set that aside for now. Let's see, this one I was going to do yellow. Unfortunately, I think I used the wrong spatula on the last one. Okay, so just, well, look at it there, that's nice. I'm making messes. The problem with working on this stainless steel is I notice it shows all the smears when you wipe things down. Okay, this one, I'm hoping I mixed up enough of this pretty lime green color. I'm going to take this spatula out, give it a little different one. This is such a crazy color. This one, it kind of has a pinky sheen to it in the actual mica. So that was really pretty. Oh yeah, that's nice. This is a great lime without having to do a neon. So we'll just have to see how that sticks in soap. Alright, so the last one here is I'm mixing in this purpley pink color. Starting to thicken up a little bit. Should be about right for working with it if this all comes together. Okay, that's definitely not going to cut it, so hopefully, oh goodness, I hope I mixed up enough. So I wanted a single tall mold. That's why I asked my husband to build this one for me. And so I can do some more testing batches. If I'm getting into wholesale, I can make some smaller batches without having to make the big old full size. I just wanted to be able to have a little bit more fun without making such large batches all the time. And all my other single molds are for the wide bars. So I wanted to be able to make some tall ones too, because that's, I prefer the tall bars just because when you move them in your hand, you're not running over the rough top, just the nice sides. Okay, so I'm making messes. So this is going to be a little weird, but what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to set this in and kind of have it just set there for a few. Now this green looks like it's morphing some, but I'm not worried about that because typically the greens come back. So I'm just gonna put in a little on top of that yellow. I have a plan, but I'm not really saying it till I see whether it actually comes together here. All right. So now I'm gonna add in just a bit more of this blue. Like so. Making messes. It is harder to work in just a single tall mold. So now I'm wanting to add in some of the darker blue. Darken this one up just a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to start adding in some of this pinky purple. Definitely some new colors for me, so that's fun. Let's see, I need some more of my lime in there. If I get the different colors on the sides, I'm not concerned about that. For one thing, I'm gonna plane them off for the most part, and otherwise it should still work with what I've got planned here. Well, that's needing some help to come out. Alright, so now I'm going to put in a little bit more of this pink, kind of on top of where that hanger tool is still setting there. Well, it did decide to get good and thick today. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this hanger tool. It was kind of sticking up, so I'm thinking I might have just bombed completely. Just might have bombed completely. Alright, so I know this is looking like a hot mess, but just hang in there with me. I'm going to add in a little bit more of this darker blue to this pink to kind of bring about a different hue. So it's kind of just getting to be a little nicer purple than the pink it was. And then just go ahead and get her plopped in there. So I'm just gonna give it just a little bit of texture here. I was going to do something a little bit more, but based on how thick it is, I'm just gonna leave it to be the purple. That is a pretty purple too. And then I just want to put on a little bit of this fine silver rainbow eco glitter from Brambleberry. I thought I had it in a poofer, but I can't find it, so I'm just going to use a little bit of the glitter on a spoon, like the olden days. I'm gonna call it good. So I was hoping that this would kind of look like something I saw on Pinterest, like it's like a Northern Lights drink, but I was also inspired by the Northern Lights. So we'll just see. So here we have this new batch of soap for 2018, and we've got a new mold, new colors, new fragrances, and we'll just see how it turns out. Okay, so it's time to cut this new soap, and I am mostly pleased with how it turned out. I still think it's quite a lovely soap, and it smells wonderful. The lemon blueberry is really quite delightful. I had to wait for this lime. Oh dear, I just pummeled it. That's sad. I had to wait for this lime color to change. Let me see if I can find some. It was kind of a, I guess it's mostly changing now, but it was kind of a sage green color. It was rather puny. Nope, this one has mostly changed as well. So because the batter got a little too thick, I didn't quite get the design I was going for. But I do think it's still a fun design. The colors are quite different than what I'm used to doing. The rainbow glitter on top is super pretty. I use the silver, I think fine silver rainbow glitter from Brambleberry on this one, and it's quite beautiful. This is the bar I just accidentally pummeled, but you can see that nice shimmer. And this is an eco glitter. This, you could tell that the green has not quite gotten as bright. It should be more bright, like this one on my left. Your left too, I guess. So I wanted to mention that I have a lot of restocks up on my store at moriversoap.com. And I didn't do a release video for this one. I was so exhausted. I'm sitting here just like throwing all these little bits around. I was so exhausted at the end of, well, by the middle of December, that I kind of just settled down and tried to enjoy my home life for a while. We did end up being sick for the Christmas holiday week and weekend, and just a common cold, so I wasn't up here at all during that time. Oh, that's kind of a fun bar. I tried to do that hanger, you know, and it didn't really pan out just because the batter was so thick. So I wanted to just show you what soaps I have at the store right now. I'm loving this bar, except for the little air pocket. That's why I did a test. Tested the colors, tested the fragrance, tested the mold. And so it was a very helpful situation. This did start to develop some ash, but I sprayed it really well with 91% alcohol, and it kind of dissolved that away. I'll have to keep good track of that. I am just so intrigued by this scent. I'm not sure I've ever smelled a lemon blueberry before. If I have, I completely forgot about it. But on the site right now, I just wanted to point out real quick, we have Princess Kisses, Confetti Blossom, Cherry Kiss, 1900 Magnolia. This is the same as my Southern Charm. If you go back to that salt soap video, I kind of tell you the story on that. We have Patchouli Rain, Amelia Island, Sweet Pea. I just love this one. It drives me mad. It's so good. And let's see, I made the more 1900 Magnolia salt soaps. And then I made a brand new soap. And this is Barbershop salt soap. And it kind of looks like concrete. I think it's just super cool. It is such a delightful masculine scent. So, anywho's that's what I have up there now. I'm just coming out of my slumber this week. So, I'm starting to make soap. I've been working with some bath bombs, and I think I finally have that figured out. Want to start bringing those on for you. I'm going to be making some wax melts, and just in general playing with some new products that I could bring on for you. That's what the most fun is of the new year for me, is being able to play more. I have a lot of orders coming in this week. It's taken so long to get all of them, which is understandable with holidays and having to catch up. But I am I have an order coming in from Brambleberry that I'm super excited about. I have not made a really big order, well, big by just kind of normal standards, but I haven't made a big order in a while, so I'm really excited to get that in and do some sniffing. Alright guys, so here we have the lemon blueberry soap, and I just don't know what I'm going to call it. So we'll see. Do you think this is okay for Northern Lights or doesn't quite make it? I don't think it quite makes it. I think we need to come up with something else. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.